This is my best friend in the whole world. His name is Lynx. And he is a Florida Rufus Lynx house cat mix. And he's awesome. And right now, he's happy. That is how he communicates, like all cats do. I mean, they talk too, but the tail is like an extension of their mouth. They communicate. Sometimes I look at his tail and I'm like, that's the kitty cat's tongue. But when they're happy, they're doing stuff like this. Even though he's laying there all sleepy looking, his tail is telling the true story. He's a happy boy. And he's a happy boy because he's got a good daddy. Let's go around and say hi. Well, hey, bud. How's my boy? How's my kitty? Ooh, get them claws. Get them claws. Yeah. How you doing there, my partner? Mm-hmm. How you doing? You having a good day today? Mm-hmm. Me too. 'Cause I got you, Bubba. Yeah. You're my boy. Mm-hmm. Tell the camera what you feeling like today. Oh, got the belly. Got the belly. He's a little camera shy. Hey, buddy. What you doing? Give me the nose. Yeah, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. Oh, yes you are. So what you gonna do today? You're purring. That must be good. It must be good. You ready to go to sleep, huh? You ready to get a sleepy time? I can't go to sleep right now. I got work to do. Yes, I do. I got work to do. Let me get your chin. Get your chin. You're a good boy. This little kitty has been through all kinds of adventures with me. And I remember when I first met him, and you might think this is silly, and it is kind of silly, but it's not silly too. He was about, let me see, from nose to butt, he was like this big. And he was skinny little scrawny dude. He's big now. Oh, there you go. Stretch it out. Now look how long he is. He's freaking big. But he used to have this little face, look like an alien. And because his eyes were like sort of pointed in like this and this and whatever. I'm talking about you, Lynx. I'm talking about you. Can I tell a story? Can I tell the story about when you and I became friends? Yeah, okay. I promise I'll tell only good stuff. Yeah. Anyway, so he was at the bottom of the stairs at our old apartment where Lindsay and I lived together, and I remember her telling me she saw this really, really cute cat. He wasn't a kitten, but he was a teenager. Oh, got the spot right there. Got it. Let me scratch it. And so I was on the lookout for this cute little kitty that she had seen. And then one day I was sitting at the top of the stairs, and boop, this little guy popped his head around the corner, and his eyes were all wide because he saw me. He didn't know what to think. And I was like, I bet you that's that kitty she was talking about. So I said, hey, buddy. And as soon as I said that, he kind of walked on out from behind the bushes and at the foot of the stairs. I said, why don't you come up here and say hi to me? And sure enough, he came up the stairs and let me pet him. And then he just started like rubbing up on me like cats do. And then I could tell, like, this little kitty cat was cool. And so I didn't think much of it because I knew he probably had an owner. And because he was well fed and he looked like he was cared for really well. And so I basically just kind of kept an eye out for him, and because I wanted a cat, but I wasn't going to steal somebody's cat. And then we would take our dog, Ricky Bobby, for a walk. And originally it was Lindsay's dog when her and I got together, so but it was our dog at the time because we were engaged. And every time we took Ricky Bobby for a walk, this little booger would be hiding in the bushes in a different place every time because his owners let him pretty much be outside and inside whenever he wanted. And he'd hide in the bushes, and as soon as we get right past wherever he was hiding, he would jump out of the bushes and pounce on Ricky Bobby, Ricky Bobby was about the same size that he is now, but he was a smaller kitty back then. And it was the cutest thing, and for some reason, Ricky Bobby didn't care. He didn't care that Lynx, was pouncing on him, because they like became friends like instantly. And so we got used to that. Like every night when we took Ricky Bobby for a walk, this little he's getting me now. What, you don't want me to tell that story? Okay. I got you. But anyway, so he would, oh, sorry, I wasn't trying to scare you. So anyway, he would do that every night. So every night we looked forward to where's Lynxie hiding, and every night he would have a new spot, and he would come out and pounce on Ricky Bobby, and then he would walk with us. No leash or anything, obviously, but he would just walk with us all the way around wherever we went. And I remember one day we walked real far, and he followed us. And I was like, wait a second, we just went way out of his zone. And I'm worried, because he didn't follow us all the way home because he got distracted looking at some geese or something. And so I was like, I'm going to go back and look for him because I bet you he's lost. I don't know why I thought that, but it just seemed like, he had a little zone that he was used to, and we just took him past it. So sure enough, I go walking back all the way to where the pool is on the other side of the place where we lived. And there he was sitting on the big walkway that goes across the water, looking scared, like, where am I supposed to go? So I went and grabbed him and picked him up, and I walked him all the way back to our place that he was familiar with. And when I set him down, he didn't want to leave. He didn't want me to go because he was following me, and I never knew where he lived or who owned him. So I basically let him follow me upstairs, and then when I opened the door, he came in. I was like, all right, come on in. And then Lindsay and I were getting ready for bed, so he just came on in, and she was cool with him. I was cool with him. So basically just let him jump up in the bed and sleep with us. And he slept there all night, like curled up, he sleeps between my legs, like I'll take my legs and kind of turn them like this when I'm laying in bed, and I got the blanket over me, and then he curls up right there. And so Lindsay had Ricky Bobby always like on the far side of her, because that's where he liked to sleep, and then Lynx would be curled up right there. And then basically after her and I would fall asleep, these two would move from their spots, and then they would like snuggle with each other at the end of the bed, like at the foot of the bed. It was really cute. It was really cute to see like a cat and a dog that loved each other. And I got pictures of them that maybe I'll post this video, and then post the pictures with it on Facebook of him and Ricky Bobby. But they were like, best buddies. And to this day, I think he still misses Ricky Bobby, because they were like, Ricky Bobby was an old dog, so he wasn't very aggressive for a Jack Russell, but he still had lots of energy. And yeah. Anyway, I don't know why I just recorded that story. I guess I want to document things that are easily forgotten about my life. Just because, I don't know, why not? I don't have any grandkids or kids to tell it to, so might as well just share it with whoever might want to know. So this is my my studio where I work on my art. That's why it's a crazy mess. It's kind of cool at night. I sleep here too. Gotta have a bed where you work. There's just no way to get around it if you work like I do, like round the clock. And then I got some other groovy lights over here. Just kind of makes things interesting when you're really tired and burning the midnight oil, so to speak, trying to work around the clock. And Lynx really likes it, He likes all the lights and stuff, so it makes him happy, makes me happy. So basically, I'll interject in this story with what's going on here, which is my latest and greatest art project. Furniture project. So this is a interesting piece. This round table. I've got pictures of it that are from before I touched it, and I'm getting too close to it. Anyway, this piece had fallen off of a truck. It was obvious that it fell off of a truck. No, Lynx, don't jump on it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. It was obvious that this fell off of a truck because it was on the side of San Pablo, and I knew he was going to do that. And basically, he did it yesterday when the first layer was wet, and I warned him not to, but he did it anyway, and I had to wipe all this Venetian plaster off of his feet, which is what I'm using on it. So anyway, back to the story. This thing was on the side of San Pablo. It looked like it fell off the truck and bounced a few times as it was braking. And it's got this cool pedestal under here, and it was broken off right here, and it was broken off here, and then there were some gashes in one of the sides, but I've repaired them. I just basically Bondo and resculpted all the stuff that was smaller. Nothing was really small. And then put all the parts back together. I had to add some of my own wood to rebuild the part that was broken up under there. But we got it all back together, and it's cool. It's got two drawers, one here and one here, and I've fixed them completely. They didn't really go in and out very well anyway. And there's Kitty saying hi again, center stage. You gonna dance? Looks like a dance floor at a club. Come on, boogie down. Boogie down, kitty. So, yeah, that's a good boy. That's a good boy. Because you knew I didn't want you up there yesterday, so go kitty. So basically what I'm doing to this, besides making it work better, is a Venetian plaster finish, which isn't normally something people do on furniture, and so that's why I'm doing it. But basically this, you see that reflection? Well, this is only the second layer, and I may do more than 3. Typically you do 3. I'm gonna do maybe 4, just because I want it to look just right. And I'm painting the parts that you can't really plaster, like these little sections here, but I'll be painting those to match. What I used was Sticks primer, which is a cabinet primer, and the name explains it very well. It really sticks and it doesn't come off. So if you use that, whatever finish you put over it, as long as you use a good clear coat, it's really strong and durable. So, and with furniture, it's a must. These in-between areas here, along there, these will get Venetian plaster. That's kind of tricky to do, but worth the effort. And then, of course, these faces are going to get Venetian plaster. And what you do when you're doing Venetian plaster, you put it on and you do it in multiple layers. And you can watch a video if you want to see exactly all the details. I'm not going to explain all that. But what you do with it, once it's on at a certain point, you take your trowel and you burnish it, okay? And what this does is polish it. And it causes the plaster to have the sheen that you see there happening. And you can do that at different levels. You can do it to where it's sort of polished. You can do it to where it's completely, absolutely shiny. And it's dependent upon the type of Venetian plaster that you use, and there's several different types. This isn't the type that's made to be completely, absolutely polished to a bright sheen, but you can get it, pretty shiny. There are some that look like a mirror, when you get them to that point. And I've been learning a lot about this stuff from my buddy Willie, who has a company called Artistry, and we've been friends, since we were both just surrealist painters that didn't know what the heck we were going to do in life. And he's a good friend, and he does a lot of this stuff and does it really well. So anyway, that's what I'm doing here with this. It was just a brown contemporary, table, and I'm going to be refinishing this and putting it up for sale with everything else I'm doing on Etsy and probably other places if I can find other good places. And if anyone knows of other good places online to put this type of stuff, like furniture of the higher end with a little more price tag, then please, in the comments, feel free to let me know, because that's my weakest area, is online marketing and knowing where to put this stuff. Right next to it is my amber sculpture, and might as well show you this, because I'm showing you all sorts of stuff in this video, most of it being my kitty cat. So what I had to do with this thing, like all the other pictures and stuff and the light that was in it, those weren't like what I'm using. And I actually had to build the fixture for this thing, because, hold on, let me turn that light back on, because I wanted the brightest spotlight that I could find to illuminate this from inside. So let me slide this table out of the way. Hold on one second. As you can see, I don't prepare for these videos. Oops. And I just knocked a bunch of crap over. Oh, that's where all my trowels were, hiding underneath. Okay. let me move this. Sorry if you're getting dizzy. So, right here, wow, has it been 20 minutes already? Time flies. Up under here you can see, so I had to build, this contraption, to point this spotlight, directly up the center, where I drilled the hole in this table. This table I made for the sculpture, so it's going to be permanently affixed to it, and all this stuff here is the remnants of where I'm, breaking away off of this and stuff. I've decided I'm making it taller, so most of this outer rim stuff is going to get recycled back into it, because I want this to go up at least that high. So it's a little tricky, but anyway, so this light is LED 5,000 lumens. I couldn't find anything bigger than that, and we're talking it's a $45 light bulb. So the reason I need it to be that bright is because I want as much light transference as possible through the amber, because it's beautiful, and there's no other way to put it. And I need the light to go all the way through all the parts of it. And here's the big buildup before I plug it in. Basically, the thicker the amber, the more red it becomes. You have all the warm colors represented in this product. And it's not a product. It's a product of ancient trees that are dead. But the thinner it is, the closer to yellow it gets, and then everything in between. So it basically goes from, if it's very thin, it's clear, and then it goes from clear to yellow into orange and then into red, and it just gets deeper and deeper in the red zone until it turns completely dark and you can't see through it. So that's how the amber works. And when you put a light through it, this is what you get. Dun, 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 dun. This is not the finished sculpture. And there you go. So you can see, and this is a terrible camera, by the way. You can see how pretty it is, but in person it's much better. So that's what I'm doing right now with this thing, but that's not what I'm working on tonight. This is very tedious work, working on this thing, and you have to take a break from it, because otherwise you get burned out and you make mistakes, and I don't want to do that. So I'll be working on the gray table. Oh, one last thing. So here's a little trick that I'm going to be doing to make sure that I can get the light to from that light. You see how bright that is? Also, you see how the lights down here, that will be blocked off. I've decided that that's got to go away. So I'm going to be blocking that off and then adding a mirror effect on the inside. So all of that splash light is going to be pointing back up and going into the sculpture. We don't want to waste it. Anyway, to make sure that the light, okay, watch your eyes, coming through there, travels all the way up into the higher parts. I've got this. This is from this magnifying glass. So I will be adding this thing here to that. That way, see how much brighter that is right there? It's going to grab all that light and pull it up into the upper section of the sculpture. And I won't have to worry so much about losing it, because you can even see, like, right now, the thick parts here. I mean, in person you can see the red, but it's pretty dark, which is fine. But I want to try and capitalize on as much light as possible. So I'll be using this inside the sculpture. You won't know it's there, but it'll be there. Well, now you'll know it's there. You'll be the only ones. Don't tell anybody. All right. So anyway, that's all I got for you. Let's say goodbye to the star of this episode of whatever I'm filming, Mr. Stretchy Kitty. Lynxy, say goodbye. He said, that was goodbye. That was goodbye, and you are a good critter. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're my good kitty. All right. Until next video, let's say goodbye, Lynxy style. Always winking. Lynxy, say goodbye.